and I'll give you some early indications what Christmas Day on the 25th might look like as well. But let's go ahead and talk about those prior days for now. Overall, most of the bulk of the active weather is going to be focused on today and tomorrow, with relatively kind of benign pattern starting Saturday through next Thursday. So rain is going to be moving in this evening and overnight ahead of a pretty strong cold front that moves through tomorrow. Rainfall amounts are going to at least be somewhat helpful for the, all the dry conditions we've had. We're expecting around a ½ inch, but there could be isolated amounts of up to 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And some of those wind gusts tonight from the south and southwest will be picking up, especially overnight and during the day tomorrow. With some of those gusts of 25 to 35 miles an hour, could see some isolated sporadic gusts up to 40 into the Friday morning hours and the early before those gusts kind of start to taper off a little bit towards the afternoon hours on Friday. High pressure will settle in behind that front on Saturday. We have another cold front moving in Sunday night, but that's going to be a dry passage that will drop us back to below normal. But outside of that front Sunday night, Monday, we are pretty much dry and unseasonably mild through most of the extended part of the forecast. So early indications are that we could see potentially a fairly warm Christmas Day. There's a lot more spread in whether or not we get another front moving in Thursday morning. If that front moves through, we're probably going to be cooler than expected, but if it ends up staying to the north, we could be close to 60 on Christmas Day. Our rainfall forecast is primarily today and tonight, so shows you the large swath of an inch, or sorry, a ½ inch to 3/4 inch over most of North Carolina, actually, just east of the mountains, and even close to the coast. There'll be an area where they could see over 1 inch, but certainly over us, there'll be some isolated amounts of 1 inch to 1.5 inches, maybe very localized 2 inches. Pretty much by daybreak tomorrow, most of the rain should be gone. There might be some lingering stuff in our east in the morning hours, but largely tomorrow is going to be dry and we should start to clear out. Going into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday looks really nice. We are going to cool off, as I said, Monday, but no rain is expected with that front. So those gusts for tonight through Friday, here's just showing you a map of our expected maximum wind gusts for tonight through Friday afternoon. Anywhere from 25 to 35 miles an hour are expected, maybe a sporadic 40-mile-an-hour gust. So these will have the potential to blow around any kind of unsecured objects. So if you have any inflatable decorations outside, potentially may want to bring those inside, potentially for these gusty winds, along with the heavy rain coming in tonight. We are not outlooked at any severe thunderstorm potential, but if you were to go closer to the coast, the Outer Banks are under a marginal risk for some damaging wind tonight into early Friday. In our latest drought update, which was for the period ending on the 16th, there was an expansion of the moderate drought across the foothills and the mountains, but there was virtually no change since last week for the eastern part of the state. So this rain tonight will hopefully be at least somewhat helpful, probably not mitigate anything, but certainly will be helpful with the dry conditions over the area. Extended outlook going beyond Christmas into the last part of the year, we are continuing to expect above normal temperatures, favored as well as favoring below normal precipitation. So this pattern of warm and dry looks like it's going to continue to close out 2025. And just briefly going over any hazards and impacts. So we have that chance for some isolated thunder tonight, gusty winds tonight and tomorrow. It could be some patchy fog, but we're not expecting anything widespread for that nature. Weather summary and expected impacts, mainly today and tomorrow, as I mentioned, with the rain coming in tonight, clears out tomorrow like midday, and then we do pick up those gusts tonight through tomorrow. High pressure settling in for the weekend, and we pretty much stay dry and unseasonably mild in the extended, with the exception of below normal temperatures Monday and Monday night and parts of Tuesday. So that is that.